I'll be good at just watching the game in general. And if there's a goal, I can tell you kind of who was on.
Well, hello and welcome here inside Encana Arena in Camrose, Alberta. I'm Jamie Neugebauer, and this is the 2026 Viking Cup, the first Viking Cup in 20 years from this beautiful town here in central Alberta, and it is a real treat to be here to call Team SJHL games here across the SJHL social media platforms. And this is not going to be easy, folks. Let's be real. These are seasoned college players that they're facing on a nightly basis here in this event. 21, 22, 23, 24-year-olds. I saw the Czech team over breakfast. They looked like they were 35, to be honest. They were enormous. And I was like, is that a coach? Is that a coach? It was player after player after player. I was like, wow, this is going to be an interesting test for the 20-year-old team, almost all 20-year-olds for Team SJHL. But it is a real treat to call these games, whatever comes. And I can tell you one thing already for sure. This SJHL team is going to compete. They are young, but they are mature. They are composed, and they're excited to be here. A lot of people said, oh, why would kids want to come and play in this event, take away time from their break and their families? Well, these kids are fired up. Let me tell you, they were buzzing during the pregame meeting. I was sat in as Coach Drew Kosher talked about some of the systems and the setups and the things they wanted to do. So I'll play my interview with Drew in a minute or so. I'll play read the Team SJHL lineup first and foremost. Starting in goal today is going to be Graham Brown, the 20-year-old from Victoria, British Columbia. 6-12-1 record with the L'Orange Ice Wolves this year, but that doesn't tell the story. He has been unbelievable for the Ice Wolves this campaign. On the blue line, the SJHL team, will go with Russ Demo, the Kindersley Clippers defenseman. Ethan Andrews is going to wear number 3. Boston Harkness, the captain of the Melville Millionaires, wonderful season. He was supposed to play his 200th SJHL game, but it was postponed due to weather. So this is his 200th SJHL game, sort of. He'll wear number 4. Sam Ward, the longtime Swift Current Bronco Wenatchee Wild Western Hockey Leaguer, will wear number 5. Bo Eisner, number 6. And Gavin Granger, number 7. Bo with the defending champion Melfort Mustangs, of course, and Gavin Granger with the Battleford North Stars. Up front, Reed Arbery, the Flin Flon Bombers. He is alongside Josh Sale of the Weyburn Red Wings, Noah Asmunson of the Estevan Bruins, Joey Lees of the Flin Flon Bombers, Brendan Olson of the Nipawin Hawks, Jai Zawatsky of the Yorkton Terriers, the local boy, of course, Dayton Saddlemeyer, also a defending champion with the Melfort Mustangs, Palin Hendrickson, the captain of the Yorkton Terriers, Drew Moldy of the Weyburn Red Wings, Rylan Williams of the Estevan Bruins, Van Egger of the Kindersley Clippers, and Anthony Campbell of the Battleford North Stars, whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to Anthony Campbell. So with that, I will play my interview with Drew Kosher. Give it a listen. Look at me, all right. Here with Drew Kosher, the head coach of Team SJHL. Ahead of the first game, Drew, I'm sure you feel the same as the players, just excited to get some real live action going here, right?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously excited to get going. First game of the tournament for everyone, but for us, we had a quick practice last night and felt we gelled quickly right away, and we're excited for the first game here.
For sure, and obviously the opposition, Midland University in Nebraska, just like everybody, they're going to be older and maybe bigger and whatnot. But I guess just talk about maybe trying to play to the strengths that the SJ might have and what those might be.
Yeah, for us, we kind of talked about it as a group. We got to be blue collar, got to work hard, got to use our speed, use our skill. We definitely know that they're going to be big and strong, but we watch some tape on them, and we feel we match up well against them. So we're excited to see what happens.
For sure, and then just the last question. We kind of talked about it before in a previous interview, but I'll ask you again. How do you overcome the fact that Midland, knows their systems, knows their power play, knows their PK, whatever? Is it a thing where you just keep it simple, or you just trust that these guys have high hockey IQs because they're a little bit older?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both, right? For us, we obviously we added a little bit of systems for our group today, but for us, keep it simple, get out of it away, and get to work. And we know that they're going to come hard, but we got to match intensity and speed right away.
Thanks very much.
Anytime.
So that was my interview with Drew Kosher ahead of this one as Team SJHL will get set to take on Midland University, a ACHA, so that is a U.S. college club hockey team from the state of Nebraska. They are a team with 7 international players on their roster, the Midland Warriors, and they are a university that is in the same league and same group of the ACHA as a school with many SJHLers, Minot State University. Midland is sitting right now in last place in the division that they are in, but that doesn't really mean much. I asked a couple guys I know on Minot State, and they said that they are going to work really hard. They're heavy, they're physical, and they're a team that you cannot take lightly in a situation where, they've had battles, with every big team really in the ACHA, just a little bit lower on the talent level perhaps, but it should be very interesting to watch these guys go at it. So I do apologize in advance. My throat is already struggling a little bit. I had a bit of a sore throat as I got on the bus yesterday, but this has been a fine group of kids and should be a lot of fun as we get set for the Viking Cup here in Camrose, Alberta. We'll take a quick break, and on the other side, we'll have the start of 2026 Viking Cup from Camrose, Alberta.
Yeah, Jordan.
Well, folks, welcome back here in Canada, here in Camrose, Alberta. I'm Jamie Neugebauer. Love to see your comments. So make sure you send them in. If you have any questions to ask me as we wait for puck drop, about 2:10 to go on the clock here at Encana Arena. One question I saw was whether this game will be free to watch. You can watch it on Flow Hockey, not for free. You can listen to me for free. You can listen to me for free and mute Flow Hockey, or you can listen to Flow Hockey. It's totally up to you. The broadcaster for the University of Alberta at Augustana, by the way, is going to be calling it there. Of course, he doesn't know SJHL players like I do, I would like to think. So there you go. There's your answer for that one. See Allison Burke. They're cheering on Josh Sale and Brady Holtvogt. Yes, you mentioned Brady Holtvogt, 2007 birth year. He is here on kind of an emergency situation. Obviously, he's a very capable goaltender, but he is a guy that was available, able to be picked up in Saskatoon. Of course, just back to the Western Hockey Prince George Cougars, so he'll be good when he plays. And it's going to be Graham Brown here tonight. Team SJHL went through a couple of alternatives. Charlie Tripp is found to be injured late in the game, so it should be interesting to see how Brady does when he gets in, but I'm sure he'll be fine. If you have any other questions, let me know. I see Michael Layton, Parker Layton, I believe his dad in there. Assisting Laurent from the game of the week in the month between Quinfon and Laurent. And this is Layton offered to bring me food after the game. That was very kind. I did not accept that very gracious offer, but it was very cool. Jesse Kirchner, of course, super fan of the Kindersley Clippers, I see, tuned in. Don Williams, the mother, of course, of Rylan Williams, the great Estevan Bruins player who's having an unbelievable season, playing on on the team with a couple Battleford North Stars again for him. I'm sure it'll be cool. It's cool to be playing with Anthony Campbell again for him, as well as Mr. Gavin Granger. And he'll be on the line, in fact, with Anthony Campbell. As we are about to get going here for the opening ceremonies here, the Team SJHL team in their sharp white jerseys, the Midland University Warriors in their orange jerseys. We will pause now for the national anthem.
Oh, say can you see what so proudly whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watch, was the gallant we sing, and the rocket's red glare of the sea gave proof through the night that our life was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With lowly hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land gloriously. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
So here we go, and again, I'll remind everybody out there, this is not a live stream, video stream. This is just going to be audio only for free. You got to buy the Flow Hockey subscription. I'm sure you have it already. Go over there, mute it, keep this open, and we'll have a nice chat here together. So happy you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, here, live from the Encana Arena. Jamie Neugebauer, Team SJHL. Their starting lineup is going to go as follows. Jai Zawatsky is going to be with Anthony Campbell and Ryan Williams up front. We've got Sam Ward and Bo Eisner on the back end in front of Graham Brown. Of course, Midland University in their oranges should be a very interesting team to see. Jack Olson is on the back end. Their captain, number 44, Logan Watton, as well, 2001 birthday. 4 years older than some of these SJHLers. Center, it's going to be Hugo Kovic. And on the right wing, it is number 81. crowd. Viking Cup, the first Viking Cup in 20 years. And a big hit right there by Sam Ward, right off the hub, right in front of the blue line, in front of the SJHL bench. That'll get the boys going. They're calling a penalty for that right away. He just threw a big hit, but maybe they're saying he was a bit away from the puck. Just in front of the SJHL bench with the white jerseys. So it's going to be an opportunity for Midland on the power play immediately here. And so we'll see what this penalty kill looks like. Tommy Babb is going to take the draw for Midland. It's going to be back to Brown at the left point. He shoots. Dan Egger, veteran of the Swift Current Broncos, Prince George Cougars, Notre Dame Junior Hounds, and Kindersley Clippers currently blocked that one fearlessly. The first 4 seconds gone in this Midland power play. 12:47 to go in the first period. As Egger will step in against Babb. Now Brown at the left point. Long wrist shot. That one is blocked from the right point by Lee Arbery. As the Midland Warriors kind of work it around. Arthur McEnroy looking to get that pass to the point, but it was sailing on him, and Babb will leave it behind him, as Egger will give chase. Here comes the Gunnerman Babb for Midland. Makes a move there on Gavin Granger. Goes deep to the back right of Graham Brown's net. Now left point. Maybe sent out though and down the ice. Nice defensive job by Russ Demo of the Kindersley Clippers, who was outstanding in practice yesterday. Really caught my eye and the eye of team general manager Rick Oates of the Melton Mustangs, of course. Going to sail in and go to the attack. Midland not been able to get set up on this power play so far, but now they do dig it free. Logan Watton to the left point. Mullane at the center of the ice now for Midland, looking for an option. Now far side, little give and go as Mullane had that one go by him. That's Leo Mullane from Minnesota. Long point shot. That one's into the middle of the ice, but it was blocked away. A little bit of a battle, and hacked down was Campbell, but he'll get up and come away with it. Anthony Campbell, long shot. That one's on. Hit behind it. Hit the mask of the goaltender, Liam Taraposky, for the Midland Warriors. Kind of hit him in the mask off the long wrist shot from the top of the circle to Taraposky's left from the Battle for North Star centerman Anthony Campbell. And it just popped up and almost bounced in. It would have been an interesting call, but it had bounced in off of the helmet of Taraposky. He was kind of floundering, which is totally fair enough given the fact that he had been hit out with the puck. The referee blew the whistle dead, and the face-off is going to come to the left here of Taraposky. 35 seconds to go in this Midland power play. The first power play of the Viking Cup in 20 years. Sam Ward in the penalty box. On fine defenseman. Here is Milan. He'll throw it far side. That one sails away there. That is Brady Strickland. And number 81 is not on the initial roster. Maybe a bit of a late ad there by Midland University. Fremont, Nebraska is where they are. Here is Drew Moldy down low. He's being fathered there by Ethan Brown. Here comes Midland now to the neutral zone. It's worth about to step out of the box. Here is Babb again. He seems like a real key player for them. He plays a lot in the 14 in orange, but a very nice penalty kill by the SJHLers. And not a bad way to start your tournament. Kill a penalty. Feel good about themselves. Again, I'll say it one more time, probably many more times. Not broadcasting the game here over video. You have to watch that on vlog. I do have the audio, so go to full on, use that, listen to me, or listen to him. It's up to you. We're not showing live stream. Anyways, here's Colin Henriksen down the right wing. Good side there by Taraposky as the York Terriers captain steamed in down the right wing. We got a good shot off, but a good right pad save of Taraposky. The shots are 2-0 so far in favor of the SJHL. Boston Hartnett will jump up. He'll throw that one down into the corner. It's up to the left side, and Zawodzki gets to the point. Long wrist shot is on off the stick of Ethan Andrews, and saved there by Tarapovsky through traffic. And Andrews and Harkness preparing for the SJHL right now, two of the top point getters in the SJHL among defensemen. Here's Ethan Andrews at the left point. Andrews, long wrist shot is on off the post. That was a bullet through traffic. Beat Tarapovsky, but not the post. Andrews the shot. That one's saved away by Tarapovsky. And he'll knock that one into the corner as the SJHLers get set up in the offensive zone. Ryan Williams dumps that one down there, gets it past the captain Watton of Midland, and he's going to knock that one to the line, but not out. Ethan Andrews, the best chance of the game so far. A post. Here is Reed Arbery snapping that one in. Off the leg and out of play. With 3.5 gone here in the first period here at Academy Arena. The SJHL clearly the better team so far. I've not been able to find a way past Tarapovsky so far. However, Tarapovsky 0-2 berth here from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Comes to this game with a 6-10-2 record, 912 save percentage in the ACHA. Ward, Henriksen tried to play that one. Lee backdoor, but O'Doherty got in the way there for Midland. Now Ward, nice little toe drag. Gypsy Doodle, how do you do? Ward got it. How did that one stay out? Sam Ward, team. And then put it off the back door. Pardon me, that was a terrific chance for Sam Ward as he danced through a couple of orange jerseys, rounded the goaltender, then put it through the blue paint. Anybody who's watched Flin Flon this year has seen that video many times. This one into the center of the ice, popped up in the air. Trying to settle that one down. There's Zayden Saddlemeyer. Pokes that one forward. Now Egger and Granger working along the half wall. These three good Saskatchewan boys working hard right there, but Babel pulled away, but only for a moment as Brendan Olsen looks to bat it down. Olsen in his home province of Alberta, the Mifflin Hawk winger. To the line. Brown, long wrist shot. That one sails wide of the corner. Fab giving a bump. Here is Weasel at the point. Egger battles with him, and he'll dig that one free. Van Egger with a nice little jump. Now left side into the middle. Egger pokes at it. Looking back door. Tarapovsky was trying to find that loose puck, but he couldn't. And it's back to the line. Harkness pumps it in deep, but the SJHL wants a change. 14:45 to go in the first period. The shots are 3-0. SJHL, they hit the post and missed the wide open net as well. Another rush for the SJ. That one's just out of the reach of Josh Sale, but he got a piece to avoid the icing. There is Boston Harkness at the half wall. Got to get that one past Vukovic. Going to be Watton at the line. He takes a little bump there from Sale, but does get to the neutral zone, and now Midland can go to the attack. Vukovic trying to find his man back door. That was Wickland. Now it's to the corner again, and Josh Sale will dig at it. It's going to be poked forward, and Noah Asmundson will work it down the left side. Asmundson, Estevan Bruin forward, playing with a couple of Weyburn Red Wings. Old Highway 39 rivals working that out together. Zawodzki leaves that one for Bo Eisner. Eisner down low. He'll work his way below the goal line. He's being watched closely. Gets to the point with the stick of Ethan Andrews explodes. The inopportune moment, and the Warriors can attack. Dubé can't get that one in deep for Midland. Try to play it by Sam Ward, who's been the best SJHL on the ice so far. Campbell poke this one to the line. Ward does find it, and he'll come out. He's got Campbell with him. Ward, Campbell takes his time. Campbell will flip up in the air, the former Fort McMurray oil baron. He's trying to play that one forward here in Alberta. Sure, he's been in this rink a time or two. Campbell gives his man a hard shot. That one's in the corner for Chiquetto. Chiquetto of Midland able to get that one to the line into the neutral zone. And down the ice. Rylan Williams swinging it back. Williams to the neutral zone. The Kyle Saskatchewan native. Long wrist shot midsection of Tarapovsky. He hangs on for the whistle there. The face-off will come to the right of Liam Tarapovsky. Liam Taraposki, former Wayway Wolverine in the Manitoba Junior Hockey League, third-year student at Midland University. Played at the Canada Winter Games in 2019. Did Taraposki, as we have a little bit of a media timeout here. But Taraposki, a couple of years, mentioned their 3 years with Wayway in the Manitoba League. Middle of those 3 years was the COVID year. But I, of course, familiar with the Prairies. Leading guy, mentioned, played the Canada Winter Games for the Northwest Territories 2019. Pretty cool event, of course. Some of the names from that tournament: Matt Savoy played for Team Alberta, Logan Stankoven played for Team BC, Dylan Gunther for Team Alberta, Shane Wright for Ontario, Paul Sillinger for Team Saskatchewan. He was the star of Team Saskatchewan. So pretty cool. Face off to the right of Taraposki, who has been Midland's best player for sure, by the way. SJ's brought it, come with a lot of intensity and passion so far in this one. Just haven't been able to beat the former Wayway Wolverine. There's Milan. Bumps it up the wall right there. SJ will back off as Milan will circle back as we're back underway here in the first period of the first game of the Viking Cup, presented by Vaderstad. The SJHL trying to find their first goal. Here's Arbery. Good Joey Lee. That one didn't miss by too much. There's Lee's down low for Arbery, looking out in front. Trying to find Kylan Henriksen arriving late. Long wrist shot there by Demo, and that one stopped by Taraposki. And he able to hang it off. Liam Taraposki, not a bad goalie at all, you can tell. See a bunch of good comments, Preston Weidman. If they want my stream on Canada, but I don't think those media will be picking this up. Football hockey for sure has you covered. Beautiful facility here in Camrose. Everybody's absolutely first class and friendly, kind and patient throughout this event. So far, game one of the event right now. 8 minutes on in the first period, no score. The SJHL take on the Czechia Selects next tomorrow. Long wrist shot saved by Brown, makes his first save. That was off the stick of Isaac Hood. As that one was a long wrist shot. Doesn't look like their leading scorer, Graffelman, is in the lineup, so that's a bit of a loss for them for sure. Hugo Lukasovic from Brezno, Slovakia, up there making a good hard forecheck, which is well evaded by Ethan Andrews. This one into the Midland zone. Trying to take that one. Free is Josh Sale, but it's going to be taken up, and the Slovak Lukasovic will dig that one away. Sale, though, battling hard into the corner. He's poked off of it by Measle. Let the neutral zone it goes. SJHL, all sorts of chances early in this game. Not been able to beat Taraposki. This one's going to be chipped in by Noah Asmundson. Here is Asmundson. Plays it behind him. Nice pass to Sam Ward. The left point, the wrist shot through traffic. Trying to dig that one free is Josh Sale. He shoots. That one's in the midsection of Taraposki, but it's pulled away by Moldy. Moldy trying to dig that one free. Up to the line it comes. Ford will pull it away for Team SJHL. The neutral zone it goes. Rylan Williams, bumps that one to Asmundson. To the neutral zone it goes now, and down to the SJ zone. Graham Brown only had one shot to deal with. That was a long wrist shot. And handled it pretty cleanly. Now Rylan Williams right side into the zone. Long shot. He has a very quick deceptive release. With Rylan Williams. He almost took it away there. Handle takes it away. Looking for Granger. Looking for the blocker's side. But Taraposki with a terrific stop right there for Midland on Gavin Granger, who was steaming down the right wing and was looking high top corner on the blocker side, but just a good save right there. Long shot from the point. Brown makes that one look easy, and now a potential break for Jai Zawadzki. Here is Zawadzki, like the doodle there, but was poked away by Olsen. The 0-1 Berthier from Calgary, who poked that one free for Midland. Olsen battling in the corner. Gonna handle this one is Graffelman. Turned it over momentarily, but it kind of popped up there on the stick of Granger and up to the neutral zone. Russ Demo. We got a Battle First player and a Kindersley player as a pairing here with Demo and Granger. Talk about rivalries. Moldy and Sale with Noah Asmundsson and Estevan and Waden in that line. Pretty fun stuff. I don't like each other very much in the regular season, but boy, do they get along so far with this team. Here's Joey Lees into the zone, looking for Boston Harkness, who jumped up. Reed Arbery had it in the corner, but it was taken off of his stick, and out to the neutral zone it goes once again. It's going to be sent in, turned over on the forecheck, trying to get that one out in front. Arbery falls to Boston Harkness. Here is Harkness, the White City native at the left point. Plays it down low. Joey Lees now trying to find Henriksen, who's just out of his reach, though. Ethan Andrews gives this man a hard shot. Now it's to the corner. Now Harkness at the top, and that was dangerous because it hit a shin pad, and there was a green, orange jersey that was leaking out. That was Garavanti for Midland, who was trying to take off. Now here comes Brendan Olsen down the right wing. Still not 100% healthy. This one shot right on. Saddlemeyer on the left pad save by Taraposky. One of his best of the games again. He has been really good for Midland so far. And this one has Taraposky. Now here's Brendan Olsen at the half wall. Into the middle, looking there for Van Egger. Olsen the shot, right pad save of Taraposky. As this one's down low. Now Egger the shot. That was a rocket high over the net. Now Bo Eisner has it pop away from him. This has only lost the handle. And SJHL wants a line change anyway. Saddlemeyer with a bullet in the center of the ice. With a great save by Taraposky. Again, the SJHL doing everything but score right now. One time around, they score! Olsen into the middle. Who leads the SJHL in power play goals, has a regular time goal, and it's 1-0 SJHL. Is the Nipple and Hawk. Olsen found Asmundsson in the middle of the ice, and he knows where to find the back of the net. His 12 this year already for Estevan, and he's got the first goal in the Viking Cup in 20 years. He saved that puck, and it's 1-0 SJHL, well deserved, with 7:21 to go in the first period here at Ancana Arena. Just a good hard shift by Brendan Olsen, winning that puck along the half of the left in the middle to Asmundsson, who found a little bit of space. He pulled it home. Now looking for more. Moldy had Eisner find him from below the goal line. That one went off the stick. Now there's a breakaway chance for Midland. The shot on, and an easy save in the end by Ethan Brown. Breakaway by Graham Brown, pardon me. Down on run action. Now Asmundsson, other side, looking top corner, and he missed high short side. And that one sailed away from Taraposky. Shots for 6-3 SJHL, but scoring chances have been seriously in favor of the SJHLers. Stephen White have been absolutely fantastic. And you want to find the SJHL roster all over SJHL social media. As the media guide, go to SJHL.ca as well. Line sheet I posted on the social media this morning as well. Check out the SJHL lines. Laura Manti. Dubé, a little poke. McEnroy loses the handle. Here's Anthony Campbell into the middle. Campbell out of Phillipsburg, Quebec, looking for Zawadzki. Trying to jump up into the play with Williams. Now it's a 2-on-1 maybe for Midland, but a little bit too slow developing. Now it's going to be offside against Midland. player there kind of complained about that offside call. That was Matthew O'Doherty from Ottawa. Talking about whether that was the right call or not. But 6:20 to go in the first period. Noah Asmundsson, the only goal. Brendan Olsen has an assist as well. Campbell, they stopped that one for the blue paint. Now Demo. Back corner there, Campbell. Going to dig at that one. As the SJHLers go to work on the forecheck again. That's been their bread and butter so far. Rylan Williams looking to settle it down. Hood looking for that one too. Williams got a hard shove from Weasel to get it deep into the Midland zone at least for a moment. Gavin Granger will poke that one free to Demo. Demo, nearby Calgary. Campbell bumps that one in. Now in the corner for Talon Henriksen. Joey Lees going to poke that one out in front with Arbery with him. He gets a hard bump. Going to dig at that one. Gives these men a little bit of a shove. And he's pulled away though by Midland. And they'll take off up the ice. Kind of good speed with transition in the neutral zone has been real trouble for Midland. As the SJHL is a little bit quicker. That's caused Midland some trouble so far here today. Harkness to the point for Olsen. Now left point for Andrews. That's off of Lees. He kind of fell at his feet there to the right of Karapotsky, but he couldn't pull the trigger in the end. Now Midland trying to throw some of their weight around. Olsen trying to dig that one free away from Walton. Right point to Hartman. UDV pass. Andrews, the shot off. Sails into the chest of Karapotsky, and he hangs on with 4:55 to go. Here in the first period. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in. Absolutely terrific start to the tournament for the SJHLers. 15 minutes and 5 seconds on. They've been totally dominant. There's only 1-0 on the scoreboard. Dubé can get this up the wall. Hartness will send it back in again. A little bit of a bounce, and it's back inside the Midland zone. Jared Wisely to the neutral zone. That one was out of his reach, and Olsen will sail away with it. Olsen, left side, looking for O'Doherty. O'Doherty into the zone, dancing in way in, but nice interception, nice awareness by Harkness to dig that one free, and Van Egger will work it up the wall. It's tipped up the glass. Harkness looking to get it away from Dubé, but Dubé will hang on, take his time, and just throw it to the corner. Takes a funny bounce, and here is the former Black Falls Bulldog in the Alberta League, Josh Sale. Saddlemeyer takes his time. He'll chip it down low for Sale. But Cody Mapes licking his lips, wishing that was a combo he could go to in Weber. Sale and Saddlemeyer. Hard check there. Bo Eisner will leave it for Sam Ward. Ward will take it back. And Flin-Flon and Nelford on a deep pairing too. They don't like each other very much usually either. Now Josh Sale in there. Nice play out in front. Their shot. Rebound pops up in the air. And a great chance for Drew Moldy. But just couldn't settle that bouncing puck down as he was alone in front of the net. And Moldy millimeters away from another goal for the SJHL. Doodle, how do you do? Chance right in there. And Brown had to be sharp as number 96, Albin Augustsson out of Sweden, was able to dance in a couple SJHLers on the right side of the offensive zone, but he didn't get a heavy shot on Graham Brown at the end there. Just off to the right of Brown. I was talking to Kevin Kudzinski, the Orange head coach GM, about Brown, and he said Graham shot him down. This is so thankful for the opportunity to be here. Terrific attitude on Graham Brown. Every second he's been in the league, and I'm sure beyond. Just really every single one of these kids for Team SJHL, tell how well raised they are. Top to the bottom of the lineup, unbelievably young men. Just super fun to be around. They really get along right away. They bonded. They're playing cards with these guys. Like they've been teammates for years. Well, that's no surprise then to me that they've come out and played so well to start this game. That takes a funky bounce, though, as Augustin will send that one back into the corner. Eisner has to come up with it. He'll leave it to Sam Ward. Now Williams with not move his feet there getting that puck out, but does swim out. And Anthony Campbell, the birthday boy, did a nice job of making sure that did come out of the neutral zone. 2:50 to go in the first period. 1-0 for the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League on the goal by Noah Asmundson.
Process stump before Jack Olson.
Jack Olson behind his own net for Midland, trying to break it to the neutral zone. Demo stepped up on his man at the red line, and it hooked off with both of their sticks and went out of play. Welcome your comments and your questions. Do you have any more? Love to hear where you're watching or listening in from as well. What the setup is, if you're watching on Flow and listening to me, or just listening to me, or whatever. So much for tuning in. Make sure you follow the SJHL on all the other social media platforms. Go to the Twin Fawn Bombers social media account. Not sure who is running that, but obviously love my time in Twin Fawn. Kovic going to get that one to the neutral zone. Going to be settled down though as the Warriors will send it back in deep again. That was Jared Wisely able to send it into the corner. Lawton giving a bump from Lees. Now played up the right wall, and it's going to be Reed Arbery. Looking there for Henriksen. Henriksen down low in front of the bar. And it's Russ Demo. Beautiful job there by Kyle Henriksen to throw that one out in front to Russ Demo. And with 1:55 to go in the first period, it's 2-0 SJHL. Russ Demo with 4 goals for Kindersley this year. I mentioned how good he looked in practice. Demo, who flew into Calgary at home, picked up the trainer, Jaden, who's the Clippers trainer, his own trainer in Kindersley. Both of them up here. Now he's got a beautiful goal. Just a great work there by Henderson throwing it back door. And Demo with the weak side of the back. He's got an empty net to put it in past Therapowski. Van Egger winding his way wide, trying to find a way in front there for Brendan Olson. Was knocked off of his stick as it's going to be dug at in the corner. And again, it's been in the Midland zone most of the game so far. It's flipped up in the air though down the ice as Harkness will playing it for Ethan Andrews. The Bungie division pairing, I guess. We got Andrews and the Millionaires Harkness. Harkness is former teammate with Melville there, and Olsen right in front of him. Let's play the neutral zone to Andrews, and he's tipping into the corner and going off and just sneak in Josh Sale. Rasmussen trying to throw that one out in front. O'Doherty along the wall, trying to take that one free. Drew Mulvey battling as well. The Bruins and Wings line out there together. Love how Drew Kosher put together the three for UBL division pairing, a Nutrient division pairing, and a Bungie division pairing. Pretty fun. Asmundson, Sale, into the corner. Sale trying to dig it free. Down low for Asmundson, looking for Moldy, who's tied up there by Wickland, and couldn't get too heavy of a shot on Therapowski there with 22.9 seconds to go. Here in the period, the shots are 10-4. SJHL, a good scoring time. Probably 8-1. Andrews hit a post. Sam Ward missed the open net too. It could be 4-5 against it. Could not have been a better first period, really, for Team SJHL so far in this one. Anthony Campbell loses the handle, and it's Lawton who sends it to the neutral zone. The Slovak, Hugo Lukasovic, to take that one in. The 6'3", 190-pounder of Fresno, Slovakia. The ProPad system there in Slovakia, pretty good systems created. A bunch of players from the Slovakian national team over the years. Eisner just chips that one into the waiting arms of Therapowski, and he will hang on. Make sure you stay tuned in the intermission. Scoring summary presented by Vaderstad. And I'll play an interview from SJHL Inside with the commissioner of the SJHL, Kyle McIntyre. So give it a listen. Noah Asmundson and Russ Demo, the goals for Team SJHL. As we go to the buzzer, the shots are 11-4 SJHL. And Drew Kosher and his assistant Turner Ripplinger and the GM Rick Oakes and everybody involved with the SJHL has to have a big smile on their face after that one. It was an absolutely terrific show of speed and skill by the SJHL here in this first period. I'm sure the Midland team are going to have to regroup because I'm not sure they were expecting this group of 20-year-olds to be as dynamic maybe as they are. Of course, it's a big feeling up process for everybody, but the SJHLers clearly took the bull by their horns and got a couple beautiful goals, team goals, passing goals, and have a 2-0 lead here after the first period of play at Ancana Arena here at the first Viking Cup in 20 years here in Camrose, Alberta. I'm Jamie Neugebauer. Now, as promised, stay tuned for
now to our interview here with Commissioner of the SJHL, Kyle McIntyre. Kyle, it's time for the mid-season report. We always love the mid-season catch-up with you. First off, how's it going where you are weather-wise? Are you surviving? Are you under 10 feet of snow? Where are we at with you?
Well, you know, yesterday, guys, as I was telling you, it was +6 for most of the day in Swift Current. Water was running down the street, but we knew at some point we're going to have to pay the piper. And then at about 5:30, we got probably one of the most vicious blizzards that we've seen here in a couple of years. And so most of the morning, the commissioner was out shoveling his driveway and his sidewalks and blowing the neighbors' walks as well. So we ended up probably with about 2.5, 3 feet of snow here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was like the perfect situation for chaos because midday yesterday, you and I and in our group chat with Jacob, Faith, and Nugsy, we were kind of like, hey, what's it like there? Is it snowing? What do you got? Is it windy? No, it's just raining and wet, which of course in Saskatchewan means all you're going to have is slippery roads for the next couple of weeks because it's just laying a foundation of ice for this blizzard. Anyways, hoping, Kyle, I don't know if you've heard anything about weather-related travel issues coming up this weekend. Hopefully not. Hopefully everybody gets their games in. But it's the final weekend before the Christmas break. And Kyle, one thing that everyone I've talked to in the last few weeks is bringing up is the parity in this league this year. From first place to, I'm going to go all the way to 10th place.
Warman
it just
was
seems
up
crazy.
4-1 on wavering.
Yeah, the 12th place
12th
team.
and one. Like,
it just seems this year. Now, you've been around for, is this your 4th season now?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
This is your 4th season now. Every year we've talked about this in some form, but this year feels different. What can you tell me about how you feel about the parity this year?
And why? Like, why do you think that is?
Well, you know, it's really incredible because we always talk about the parity in the SJHL. We talk about the 200-foot game. We talk about how any given team can beat any team on any given night. But believe it or not, it's even closer this year than it has been previously years. Like in your interlude, your discussion that you had before me, I mean, look at first, look at 10th. There's 10 points difference. And, you know, you go on a bit of a skid, you drop 2 or 3 games in a row, you can be all of a sudden you're in first and all of a sudden you're down in 6th or 7th. So really we have a real strong competitive balance. And I think that it can be attributed to a few things. I think that we have great coaching here in the SJHL. We got a lot of guys who are working hard to develop very good programs for kids. And we got a real good talent base. And happy to say that a large portion of that is from Western Canada. And so a lot of those kids from the West, and in particular from Saskatchewan, they know how to play to win. They know how to play the 200-foot game. And so I think we're seeing super competitive games. And it is really hard to fathom that we're almost halfway through the schedule.
Oh, geez, yeah,
it's incredible how quickly it's gone by, and you know, really, we have no true juggernauts in the league this year. And when you look at the standings on the website, I check them daily. I look at the winning percentage all the time. I look at the goal differentials, and a lot of those things are extremely close. And so, great for our fans, great for you media folks. Maybe not so good for our coaches who might be losing hair or having some heart issues.
Right. We'll get to that in a moment. I'll ask you about that in a little bit. But I think when you say no true juggernauts, I think that's a positive statement, though, I would say, because it means everybody has a chance right now in a positive way. Nuxie texted me yesterday and said 5 of the top 6 teams right now are 7-3 in their last 10 games. It's like, holy, like, everybody, like, it's spread out, and it's really, really interesting. And I think the biggest thing for the parity, Kyle, compared to the last couple of years, like you said, we've had in this league a team that's maybe on its own level, and then everybody else underneath. We think of the super studded Battleford's teams. Flin Flon a couple years ago went on that massive winning streak. Melfort last year was just beating everybody. Right. We don't have necessarily a team like that yet. Do you think we could see one, though, in the second half?
Well, I don't know. When I think a team is going to separate itself from the rest of the pack, you go and watch a game, and it's kind of like, well, what team is that? That's not the team I've been watching for the last 10 games. And so, I've watched Weyburn. I thought the start of the year they're really going to establish themselves. And then Jacob and I went to a game in Weyburn, and they played Melville. And Doug Johnson and the Millionaires took away the middle of the ice and upset them at home ice, and then you look at, you think, okay, well, Weyburn is on a roll again. Then they go up to the Battlefords, and where did this come from? And then the other night, Yorkton, like, every team has some firepower, and it's junior hockey. And so these are kids. And so you're not going to have a consistent effort every single night. So you really can't look at what you think is going to happen on paper, because you never know. As you always say, Clark, it's a league of opportunity, and kids step up into different roles, or kids get on a hot streak. And when you look at overall athlete development, like, usually the thing that you have to do when you're an athlete is you have to manage your expectations. You have to manage your performance, because we're not always elite every single night, right? As athletes and as people. And I think, again, we're seeing that in the league. So we're seeing a team that you think might establish some dominance, get knocked off by a team that might be a little bit hungrier, or might be a little healthier, or might be getting some bounces. And so there's all kinds of factors. But what it really creates is outstanding rivalries and outstanding games for our fans and for our communities.
Well, I think that's a perfect segue to what I was going to talk about next. I think what that also leads to is really solid attendance numbers, because there's a lot of interest right now. Every night, every night is leading to a possible great game. And how have the attendance numbers from what you've seen, Kyle, reflected that?
They're pretty good, Clark. I mean, we're down just slightly from last year. Like, last year at this time, we're averaging about 787 fans per game, and that included, having a community in Notre Dame that didn't always draw great for us. Right now, we're at about 777, so just down slightly, but still some outstanding numbers. Like even Warman, for example, they're averaging over 700 fans per game. So I've been to Warman on a Friday night, I've been there on a Saturday night, I've been there on a Tuesday night. Which of those three do you think they had the best crowd?
Well, this seems like a trick question. I'm going to say Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday. So their opening night, they had about 1,300 people. Jake and I went to it. It was outstanding. I've been to a few Saturdays where they've kind of had about, 700, 600. And then I went to a Tuesday about 2 weeks ago. They had almost 1,000 people on a Tuesday night. And so the next day I said to Jacob, like, I don't know what's going on, right? And I'm talking to my wife on the phone. I get off the phone and she says, well, you realize it's a young community and the boys and girls are all active in different sports. And I said, yep. She says, when do you play sports? I said, well, typically on the weekend. And so in that particular community, all those kids, like, especially if there's a day off of school the next day or a day off that day, all those kids are in the rink. And they do so much stuff in terms of in-game experience and activating kids and doing activations throughout the game that creates a lot of excitement. And so that's super exciting too. So I think we see strong attendance numbers. The weather really hasn't impacted us too much.
Yeah.
Christmas concerts really hasn't impacted it too much. I think in some of our rivalry games that are coming up here late December and in the new year, we're going to see all kinds of people home for Christmas attending those games. So we're very happy with the number of eyes that we have on the SJHL. And again, it's quality hockey. It's fun to watch. It's exciting. And every team has a chance to win any given night.
Yeah, awesome stuff. I got to ask you, coming up, obviously, I'll be there. I know it's kind of taken over your life probably to some degree lately, the Viking Cup, getting ready for it, making sure we're ready as a league to send our team. I guess just talk about, the process, with Rick Oakes and with Drew Kosher of putting this team together. Just talk about the, how easy or not easy it was to get players to agree to go. I guess, and how happy are you with kind of how it's all come together and what you can expect from it?
Well, I mean, this starts way back in the summer, and so Clayton Jardine is from the Camrose area, and he's good friends with Tim Green, and of course Clayton had coached in Camrose in the ACHL for a number of years, and the Camrose alumni were really interested in bringing this tournament back, and probably the last kind of connection the SJHL had to this tournament was like 18 to 20 years ago, and that's really when the whole tournament kind of flourished. In fact, one of our SJHL governors, Aaron Ludwig from Estevan, actually played in the Viking Cup for the team SJHL. And so the idea of bringing this back and being a showcase for ACAC and for youth sports was super appealing to me. And so I've been having ongoing conversations probably since July with Tim Green and with Leroy and with the organizing committee, and lots of moving parts. And so then you have to get a selection process and nominations. So we approached teams and asked them to nominate 20-year-olds that they thought would be worthy or would be great candidates for the games. Then we did a little bit of an internal poll or a vote amongst the coaches. And then once we had the coaching staff appointed, so both Drew and Rick, we got together and we started looking at some of the names, and we thought, man, what an awesome roster, right? Like when you look at the number of 20-year-olds that are having great years in the SJHL, and I wouldn't say that we're overpopulated with 20s. In fact, I would say our average age is actually lower as a league this year, but we have some 20-year-olds that are really having some great performances, right? So, you look at Ewan Rennie and you look at Rylan Williams and you look at Boston Harkness and Josh Sale and all these guys that are having quality years. You look at them and from top to bottom, like, I really like the way that our squad looks on paper. Yeah. And of course, the challenge for us will be coming together as a team, because although some of these kids might have played minor hockey or spring hockey with one another, we're not going to probably have the same chemistry initially as some of these college teams that have played together all year. But when you talk about interest to players, like every single player that I've reached out to has been extremely enthusiastic and honored to represent their franchise and the SJHL. And so it really hasn't been a challenge getting kids interested. In fact, I wish that we could take more kids with us to the event.
Yeah. So, I know your favorite thing, I think, I don't want to put words in your mouth, your favorite thing is talk about players, talk about hockey. I know you got a lot of administrative things to do, but you love talking about the game. So when you look at this roster as a hockey analyst, what kind of a team do you expect it to be?
Well, I think that there's no question there's a lot of skill, Nugsy. There's an ability to put up some points. On the back end, there's an ability to defend, which is very important. But we got guys who can jump up into the rush. I'm not sure. I don't think we're a super heavy team in terms of physicality, but adding Tylen Hendrickson, who is 6'2", 200 pounds, who plays the right way, plays up and down, plays physical, that's going to be a pretty positive addition. Josh Sale is a big kid. He's physical. He's fast. I think he's kind of the prototypical power forward in the league. Rylan Williams, who I'm familiar with from Swift Current, he plays the right way. He's kind of a hard-nosed, north-south type guy. He'll be good. On the back end, you got Boston Harkness, who can do all things. You got Bo Eisner, who is a very solid and big and hard to play against D-man. We got Graham Brown in goal. We got Charlie Tritt. Like Graham Brown, I'm looking forward to seeing him tomorrow night in Larange when we go up for the game of the month, because he carries that Ice Wolves team a lot of time. He sees a lot of rubber, and he's a real competitor. And so I think I really like the looks of our team, Nugsy. I really think we're going to come together quickly. We can generate some offense from the back end. We can defend a little well as well. I'm not sure what Drew is going to do for line combinations. That's going to be up to him and Turner and Rick. to determine that. But I'm really looking forward to see how we stack up, especially how we stack up against the alumni, because you and I both know the alumni that are playing in ACAC. Some of them had outstanding SJHL careers.
Yeah.
Some of them were just so right. So I think that in terms of skill and speed, we're going to be super competitive. Maybe we are going to have a bit of an edge against the other teams. I don't know about the heaviness and the physicality, though.
Yeah.
Like the only ACAC game I would have as a reference is last year I watched Caronport and Red Deer play in the finals in a small rink in Caronport, and that was a greasy game. Like Camrose has a beautiful facility, and it's probably one of the larger ice surfaces in Western Canada, and I think that's really going to lend itself well to the game that Drew and Turner and Rick are going to put together.
Yeah, you're right. I saw some pictures of Encana Arena there in Camrose, and it looks terrific. Obviously, the home of the Camrose Kodiaks of the AJHL, and obviously Augustana as well. And so, yeah, you're right. Should be fun. Should be some really good players there, and it should be interesting to see. Now, I got to ask you, got to shift gears here. To talk about the WCB, the WCDM, the development model here in year two, and it seemed like a lot of year two, just to wrap it in a bow, I guess, in a little package, had a lot to do with kind of rostering, maybe younger players. I know Warman took advantage to some degree with Mason Moreland. You think about Owen Chapman and maybe in Humboldt. I guess, how have you kind of seen the year two kind of going, and do you even really see the teams in our league using it or utilizing it, or has it impacted our league at all, you think?
Well, I mean, it's a pilot. First and foremost, right? And so again, the Manitoba Junior Hockey League, the Alberta Junior Hockey League, the SJHL, and the branches in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta came together with a proposal for Hockey Canada. And the biggest thing was that we felt that we had a game that was unique to junior hockey and to Hockey Canada, and so and we'd all partner together and have a good sense of collaboration. And so we really partnered together to see some positive real changes, so we weren't being treated like minor hockey, and we really wanted to see the implementation of the half visor for players, because years ago we did a survey with our players in SJHL. We surveyed 287 kids, and 97% of our kids, even if it required parental consent, wanted to wear the half visor. It's something that kids look forward to. Even though they play college hockey and they're going back to a full face mask, they really look forward to junior hockey to wearing a visor. So that was kind of the genesis of it. The second phase, we're required to monitor our matches, our major penalties, our injuries, our suspensions. We have to report on that. We have to report on concussions and dental health and injuries and roster composition. And so really, to kind of summarize a few things, Jamie, the rules in the WCDM in Junior A are exactly the same as the Western Hockey League. We are a developmental league. We're developing coaches, officials, and players for the Western League and for higher leagues. And so certainly the first year, there's some people saying, well, if you use your glove on a draw, that's a penalty. Yeah, delay a game. If you put the puck out of play, that's a penalty. Yeah, delay a game. And so, the face-offs, the home team in the defensive zone, setting first. So there's been lots of little nuances that have occurred. A lot of those are about generating more offense, which has occurred. If you look at the number of goals scored over the last 2 years, you'll see a slight increase this year from last year. When you look at the number of player injuries, our checking from behind injuries are down. Our checking from behind penalties are down. Our head contact penalties are down. The number of concussions that we have are down. And so all those things are super positive. And I think part of that is players having respect for the opponents. Part of that is the speed and the skill in the games that we're watching. So all those have been really positive advantages. When you look at the roster,
Weekly with Clark and Nugsy, and now we're going to be joined on the video chat line by goaltender Graham Brown of the Larange Ice Wolves. Graham, we're going to start with that clip we just saw of you making that ridiculous save on Riley Rich Holden over the weekend. Can you just walk us through what happened there? Because you went side to side, threw up the foot. I mean, talk to us about that save.
Yeah, first of all, thanks very much for having me on. No, yeah, it was kind of a crazy play. It kind of chipped up off the wall, kind of turned into almost like a one-on-one situation, and just beat our D-man wide just slightly, and I kind of slid across and a little bit of a desperation save, stuck the leg up and got a piece of it with the foot. So, happy it didn't go in the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Graham, we actually just talked to your coach, Kevin Killer Kaminsky, not that long ago for our Friday night spotlight, and he was raving about you and obviously the youngster Riley Zezel as well. But we were talking about you specifically because last year, obviously, you came in. It was a bit of a tough situation, but you made a ton of saves last year. You got a ton of minutes. This year, you came back as one of the top 20-year-old goaltenders in the league. So what's this year been like? Taking last year's experience and bringing it into this year. Obviously, similar situation in terms of the wins and losses, unfortunately, but you're playing great, I think, despite some bigger shot totals and numbers like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, last year was a great year. We came up just 1 point short, or whatever it was, one win away, and it was, a great experience. Killer and Schneids gave me a ton of opportunity last year. So yeah, carrying that over into this year has been huge. Obviously I've got lots of games, but I mean, Zez is an unbelievable goaltender as well. And we battled it out in practice, and, whichever one of us is going, we're going to be ready to go and, give our team a chance to win.
For sure. Now I got to ask you about goaltending in general, because I just find goalies so fascinating. Like, are you guys human beings? So you somehow... Why would you be a goalie? All of that. So just tell us, how you became a goalie, and what that process of accepting that about yourself has been like.
Yeah, for sure. I started off obviously as a player for the first probably 2 years of hockey, and then I think it was novice. I got a chance to strap the pads on, and I never turned back. Loved it ever since, and can't step away from it.
Yeah, love to hear that. And then obviously, I got to ask you about, playing in Larange, new rink you have, or new rink for you guys now that you play in that arena. I guess just talk about, as a goaltender, maybe some of the differences for angles and sight lines and all those little, minute details that you goalies love to talk about, for playing in the Mel versus playing where you do now.
Yeah, absolutely. The Mel was definitely a smaller rink. The neutral zone is pretty tiny, and each end is quite small as well. So it was a difficult rink to play in for sure. Moving to the JR has been unbelievable. The rink is super nice. The facility's super nice, and it's been obviously a little bit of a different adjustment going to a bit of a bigger rink, but not too much. I mean, I love it. It's awesome.
So prior to last year, you're a BC boy. You played in the ACHA. What was the adjustment like for you coming over last year, getting used to a lot of stuff like that, but what was the biggest adjustment for you coming over from the VI?
I would definitely say the speed. The SJ just so much more fast. The VI was good. It was a good league. It was a great first year junior for me, to kind of develop me into coming into the SJHL. But yeah, the speed was a huge difference. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And, obviously you get to play under a guy like Kevin Kaminsky that has, I'm sure, so many stories, such an interesting dude. I guess just talk about, take us inside the room. What's it like playing for Kevin Kaminsky?
I've really enjoyed it. He's an absolutely amazing coach. Obviously he's intense, but he brings the best out of each and every one of us every night. And he wants the best for us as well. So, he's hard on us at times, but he's also one of the best coaches I've ever had. He pumps us up, he gets us going, and if we stick to the systems that he puts in place, we're going to be successful.
You got a big game coming up tomorrow night against the Melfort Mustangs at home. Obviously, we were just talking about, I don't know if you heard, but we were talking about how Melfort's been struggling a little bit lately. What's the messaging going into tomorrow night right now against a team that, has in the last 10 games, you guys have been playing, equally in terms of records and results and everything. So what's the message going into the game against Melfort this week?
Well, I think just sticking to the systems that Killer and Grammer have put in place for us. We got to capitalize on our chances. Obviously, scoring's been a bit of an issue for us, but I think if we can capitalize on our chances and bury the puck, we're going to be successful tomorrow night. So,
yeah, and I also got to ask you, this league, it's like crazy. Like every night, one could beat 12, 12 could beat one. I guess just talk about. Keeping the younger guys in your room, focused and believing, in what you guys can do as, one of the kind of fewer older guys in there. What's that been like for you? All of a sudden, it happens so fast where, a guy's a younger guy and all of a sudden he's an older guy and it happens in the blink. But just talk about keeping those younger guys on track.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, we've got a young group, but I think they've adjusted really well. For us, it's, we work our butts off every night, and if we do, we'll be successful. Like we beat Weyburn twice, and they're obviously top of the league. So I think if we can, do what we know how to do, like what Killer put in place and stuff, we'll be successful. And I think that's the message to all the younger guys.
Yeah, for sure. Now I got to ask you too. Like, obviously, you've been in L'Orange a couple of years now. You know the lay of the land. I know in past years the Ice Wolves boys have loved to go out, be it ice fishing and taking in the beautiful nature around. Are you an outdoorsy guy? And what do you kind of like to do? In the winters there up in L'Orange to get out and have some fun?
Yeah, I haven't been ice fishing yet. A lot of the boys do go. There's usually about kind of 10 guys that all go out together. They got a little tent that they set up on the lake, and they catch fish all day. So they're asking me to go out next week. So hopefully I can find some time to go out and try and catch some fish.
Graham, one of the things that's coming up, and obviously we can't confirm any roster situations or anything like that, but as you know, the Viking Cup is coming up on the horizon, and it's for 20-year-old players in this league predominantly. If that opportunity arose and your name gets called, what are you anticipating maybe could be coming out of that tournament? Obviously, it might be an opportunity to get seen by some people, but if that happens, what you might be looking forward to in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, it's just change of scenery. If I got the chance to go, it'd be awesome. You get to play a bunch of different teams, obviously, that you've never seen before. You get to meet a bunch of guys throughout the league that are playing on all different teams, which I think would be a great opportunity. And like you mentioned, the exposure would be awesome as well. Getting to play in front of maybe a different crowd and maybe a couple different scouts. So.
There you go. Well, if it happens, we'll be the first ones to let the people know. But if it happens, we look forward to seeing your name on that roster sheet, Graham. So with that in mind, you got a big game coming up tomorrow night. You have something. Oh, yeah. You got rapid fire.
Almost forgot my segment.
I almost skipped your segment.
Almost skipped my segment. I was about to get up and leave, buddy.
Rapid fire.
To be like,
hit us with it.
Hey, this guy was on last year, I guess. Rory. Now it's my turn. Awesome. Awesome. I gotta ask you. Appreciate your time, buddy. All right, rapid fire. You know how it works. Don't have to explain it. You're a vet. You've been around. Love to ask this question, and I don't know if guys like the question, but whatever. I'll ask it anyways. What goalie in the NHL, past or present, do you pattern yourself off of, and why?
Well, obviously Carey Price, big one for me. But nowadays, definitely I go for UC Saros or Dustin Wolf, just, their athletic abilities, and obviously they're smaller like myself.
Nice.
So, just watching their game and how fast they are, just kind of modeling myself after them.
Love it. What's your favorite type of save to make?
Oof. I mean, Scorpion's got to be up there. The one I had this past weekend. It's tough. I mean, every save is always exciting. So
there you go. The best save is the one you made, I guess. Fair enough. My understanding is you're from Victoria, BC. What is your favorite restaurant in Victoria?
That's a tough one. There's a good burger lounge that me and my family usually go to. It's called Bin 4 Burger Lounge, so we like that one. So that's probably one of my favorites.
Very nice. What advice did you give Zezel about dealing with the boards? Because some of the boards, it bounces up there in L'Orange, could be pretty wacky. So what advice did you give him?
Well, I mean, I told him they're not quite as bad as the Mel, so he doesn't have to worry too much.
Okay.
But yeah, every rink's different. So you got to be able to read, and usually in warm up we throw a few down the wall just to figure out which way it's going to bounce.
Yeah, so I guess at the Mel they used to have. There's some interesting interesting things that would kind of die is my kind of understanding, like, and it would just kind of stop. All right, 2 more. Which teammate are you taking with you? Just one on to survive on a deserted island.
Oh, I got to go, my boy Owen Turner. He's an American boy, but he's got those survival skills in him. So
there you go. I don't want to assume, but they got some guns. But I guess there's plenty of guns up there in L'Orange area probably too. So there you go. Lots of hunters and fishers, and great fishing up there. I understand it's kind of world class. So very cool. 2 more questions, or I said that last time. Last question now. I'm trying to keep track. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place today. If you could, between forward and D, which position would you be the most comfortable going out there and playing with if they really needed you to be a skater, which I know is not going to happen because it doesn't really work that way for a goalie. But which position would you prefer to play, and who would you want either on your line or on your pair on your team?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I actually did play a game as a player in U18. Oh. We were in Alberta and we were hurting for players, so I suited up. Got 2 shifts, 1 defense, 1 forward, and I love the defense. So I'd probably pick defense. Yeah.
And which Ice Wolf would be your partner then?
Oh, we got some unbelievable deep. Probably Trevor Oishi. He's an offensive guy. I can stay back. And my roll back.
Nice. Just give him the puck and.
Yeah, absolutely. Let him work.
Couple hard strides and watch him do his work. Love it.
We got a question here from Facebook, actually, and I'm going to assume that this is Gage Roberts' family member because it says they're from Fort McMurray. So obviously, Gage Roberts is within your division in the Nipawin Hawks. The question is, what team is your biggest rivalry in your eyes? You've been around the league for a couple of years now. I'm assuming it's a division rival, but I'll let you make put the answer out there for that one.
Last year we had obviously that rivalry with Kindersley, just with all the trades that happened there.
Right.
But yeah, here I'd say it's got to be Nipawin. Yeah, they're definitely up there. We always get into it. There's usually a fight or 2 in there, so I'd definitely say Nipawin.
Well, it's always a goalie duel too whenever that happens as well. So
our graphics guy, Guru Kelly Lewick, is also a goalie, and he's involved with goaltenders here in Regina, actually, at a younger age. But he wanted to know about, I guess, 2-pad stack saves are a great feeling as well, although pretty much a dead art. How do you feel about 2-pad stacks?
I'm yet to be able to pull one off yet, so if I ever pull one off, I'll let you know.
Well, honestly, you won't have to let us know because Kelly will find it in the highlights. He cuts all our highlight packs for us.
Next shootout, just go out and attack that shooter.
Just lay down on your side.
Get out, go.
2-pad stack them.
Do it. Let's go.
Don't do anything this guy says. Graham, I appreciate your time today. We're big fans here. We're rooting for you. So keep working hard, and we'll talk to you again, I'm sure, down the road.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me, guys.
It's SJHL.